right, so I was debating on if I should go live on the POV channel, but no. All the Diddy content is going to be over here on Damn D Live News. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Shout out to Ticket TV. I'm going over him reading the indictment. So make sure y'all go follow him, man. He did a great job reading the documents because I'm sure not reading it. I ain't reading all this. So I appreciate him reading it for me. And then I'm just going to make a reaction to all this craziness, man. Let's get straight into it, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button because I ain't no hater. So let me go ahead and hit his like button as well. Bada bing, bada boom. I ain't no hater. Let's go.
Hear me? Press 1 in the comments so y'all can hear me, man. So
Yeah. Come on.
Life in prison. Conspiracy. Life in prison. And let's get to it, man. Appreciate all of you guys, man.
Come on.
Can y'all hear me? Press 1 in the comments.
Yes, sir. One.
Oh, y'all can hear me? All
right, yes.
Cool. So,
come on.
Again, y'all like this video up, man. This video, man, officially, the charges have been revealed against Puff. And he is facing life in prison, pretty much. Puff is 55.
Life. Yo, life in prison. He's facing life. Oh, how old is Diddy? Diddy, what, about 55? Woo. You ain't got too much longer, man.
5 years old, he'll be 55 in 2 weeks. He's pretty much facing life in prison.
Dang.
And the indictment is out. Now, he has been indicted on not only sex trafficking, but racketeering charges. And you guys are going to get the breakdown and the explanation right now on what's been going on. Now, apparently, according to News Nation, they're reporting that an indictment against him was unsealed this morning, revealing details of what led to his arrest. And the indictment alleges that he abused, threatened, coerced women to fulfill his sexual desires.
Dang.
He is facing federal charges of racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and the transportation to engage in prostitution. Now,
I mean, is there anything else they leaving out that is sexual? I mean, hopefully they all over age. You know what I mean? I guess that's the only thing. You know, predator. I don't know.
They're accusing Diddy of running,
and everything is allegedly.
A criminal enterprise. They're alleging that he uses the resources of his music empire to create a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engage in it.
Criminal enterprise. Oh boy, they're gonna take it down, boy. They're gonna take it down. They over there saying that you El Chapo of the rap game.
Attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice.
Kidnapping?
Now, let's keep going. The prosecutors have characterized Puff as having a pattern of abusing women and detailed allegations of assault, abuse, and prostitution. They also accuse him of having used his employees to help him engage.
So who's the prostitute? Is he the prostitute or he got prostitutes? I don't know.
In these activities. The indictment also accuses him of being violent towards employees and witnesses using bribery to ensure silence. The indictment also says that Combs will have to forfeit any and all assets acquired to maintain as a result of his alleged criminal acts.
Dang.
The indictment also demands that he forfeit any property and personal use to commit the crimes and personnel used to commit the crimes he's alleged to have participated in. That means that
they trying to take everything.
Any property that they're saying that these allegations had happened in, Diddy has to basically give all that away to the government. So they're seizing pretty much all his assets everywhere. They're claiming that he had these acts going on and that he's lost all that. Also, personnel that was around him, they all have to be submitted as well. The personnel, the feds are after all the people who allegedly have been working with.
That means the assistants, the bodyguard, the help, the cook, the chef. If you was there doing the freak off and you just turned your head, you going down, boy, and which well deserved. Diddy does not. He shouldn't be the only one that's going to jail because a lot of people turn their head and guess what?
Puff or was working with Puff over the years as well, according to this indictment. Also, the indictment is also alleging that Puff would often lure women with promises of a romantic relationship before using intimidation and threats to get them to engage in prostitution.
Bro, you ain't got to do all of that, man. You Diddy. I don't understand why these dudes got to do that. Like, you on TV, you making money, you in the hip hop. Well, why you got to force women to do anything? Like, I don't understand that part. That lets you know something. Cuckoo.
Those acts allegedly include what were termed quote-unquote freak-offs, produced performances where victims will be drugged and directed to engage in sex acts with male sex workers for an extended period of time during which they were filmed. Combs has been accused of keeping some of those videos, sometimes without the victim's knowledge, according to the indictment. Combs and victims often
blackmailing. Yeah, you better not, do what you say you're gonna do. Because if you don't do what I say you're gonna do, yeah, these tapes coming out.
Required IV fluids afterwards due to physical exertion. Prosecutor
IV fluids, like a pre-workout, like a post-workout. Wait, so you say after these freak offs, they gotta pump vitamins into themselves because they so exhausted? God.
Accusers are also accusing Puff and saying that the victims believe they could not refuse to do what Puff asked without their financial or job security risks or experiencing emotional or physical abuse. Combs and others are said to have carried firearms used to intimidate others. According to the indictment, we're gonna get through the entire indictment right now. Y'all smash the like button. Y'all come on in. Y'all finna get the entire indictment unsealed right here in front of y'all, so you guys can hear what they're trying to accuse this man of. And so, now, let's go to the indictment, as his lawyers are denying all these allegations and saying that Puff is going to fight this case, right?
Of course.
Which you guys know the Fed's not coming unless they're coming, right?
Allegedly.
And so also Puff Daddy is currently facing 10 lawsuits, if I'm not mistaken. I think that they said it's 10 lawsuits. All right, so let's get to the indictment. All right, so the United States District Court, Southern District of New York, sealed indictment 24 CRIM 524. United States of America versus Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, aka Diddy, aka PD, aka Love. Defendant. Court 1, racketeering conspiracy. The grand jury charges, and I'm reading this exactly from the indictment itself, so you guys are getting this from the unsealed indictment against Diddy right now. It says for the grand jury charges overview, right? It says for decades, Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, aka Diddy, aka PD, aka Love, has aka Love, the defendant, abused, threatened, coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires.
Beaten, man. If this is true, boy, he got a special place in hell. Cause this sound like if this is true, this is some real sick demonic stuff.
Protect his reputation, conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of multifaceted business empire that he had led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice.
God, kidnapping? What bro? I'm just what the He has a deranged mindset. You don't need to do all this stuff, man. There's willing people that are willing to do it. Especially, I just don't get. Yeah, something got to be up. Because I'm sure at that status, at that level, with that money, people be willing to do, and if they not willing to do, get somebody else. Why you gotta force it, man? I don't want nothing forced, bro. If you don't want to do it, hey, I'm good. Nah, man, this is crazy.
Number 2, Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, aka Diddy, aka PD, aka Puff Daddy, aka Love, the defendant, operated his business headquartered at various times in Manhattan and Los Angeles under a variety of United States-based corporate entities, including Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs Enterprises, Combs Global, collectively the Combs Business, corporate entities. And the Combs business included, among other things, record labels, a recording studio, an apparel line.
They going after everything.
An alcoholic spirits business, a marketing agency, a television network, and a media company. So first of all, let me explain this while I'm stopping this to you guys so you guys can understand one thing. Y'all hit the like button, y'all come on in. Basically, what the feds have done is they seized all of this. So now there is no more Bad Boy. The feds have basically forced Diddy to forfeit all of everything.
They're going after
these
everything.
Happened allegedly, what they're alleging. Any homes, anywhere, anything, cars, any places that these crimes allegedly happen, Diddy is forced to forfeit all of that. So Diddy has lost all of that stuff I just named. He's lost all of that to the feds now. Because once crimes have been allegedly committed, you have to forfeit all of that. So I just wanted y'all to understand what they were saying. So they forfeited. He's already lost all of those things right now. The only way he's going to be able to recover and get all that stuff back is if he beats the feds, which 99% of the time he ain't beating the feds. So let's get back to it. It says that number 3, at all times, relevant to this indictment, Sean Combs, the defendant, engaged in a persistent and persuasive pattern of abuse towards women and other individuals. This abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. As a part of the abuse, Mr. Combs manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. At times, Combs and others acting at his discretion made arrangements for women and commercial sex workers to fly to Combs' location. Combs ensured participation from the women by, among other things, obtaining and distributing drugs to them, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support, and threatening to cut off same and using intimidation and violence. Number 4, physical abuse by Sean Combs, aka Diddy. The defendant was recurrent and widely known on numerous occasions from at least and or about 2009, and continuing for years. Combs assaulted women by, among other things,
2009. That's 15 years ago. 15 years of this.
striking, punching, and let me say this. This is very important. This is very important. Shout out to my boy Tom Biz. I heard him doing a video this morning. I disagree with what he was saying about Gene Deal and him. You got to remember, because he said Gene Deal and was doing this only because, I'm not trying to call my boy Tom. I'm trying to set something straight because this is actual in the indictment. He was saying that basically, because a lot of people are saying, well, Gene, if you was there, Gene wasn't there at that time. Gene has said this a lot of times that he never saw that Puff Daddy that was happened after he left. Remember, they're talking about from 2009. Gene Deal was there back in the late 90s, and then like right after Whatchamacallit passed away. So Gene Deal was talking about stuff that he saw with Diddy, and you know how he stopped Diddy from getting into it with I forget what her name was.
Whoever didn't stop this need to be held responsible too. This is sickening, man. This ain't nothing but the devil work.
The girl who passed away. So Gene Deal was not there for the 2009 and along and all that other stuff. Gene Deal is only talking about the things that he has witnessed himself and things that he saw going forward. Shout out to my boy Tom Biz. I just want to make that correction because right here in the indictment it says that number 4 in the indictment it says that physical abuse by Sean Combs, the defendant, was recurrent and widely known on numerous occasions from at least in or about 2009 and continuing for years. Right? It says Combs assaulted women by, among other things, striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking them. These assaults were at times witnessed by others and included one instance at a Los Angeles hotel in or about March 16th, 2016, which captured on video and later publicly reported where Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a woman as she was attempting to leave. When a member of the hotel security staff intervened, Combs attempted to bribe the staff member to ensure silence. Combs' violence was also not limited to these women. It says it extended to his employees, witnesses to his abuse, and others. Number 5, Sean Combs, the defendant, used the Combs business, including certain employees, to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his abuse of commercial sex. The employees, including security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors, and other close associates acted as Combs intermediaries, and their conduct was facilitated and assisted by Combs' control of the Combs business. So they're saying they're going to swoop up all those people that was involved in all of the,
Yo, man, this is about to be the case of the century. Like, now, what if other celebrities get involved in this? A lot of people throwing Jay-Z around. I'm sure he got some business partners. He going to end up cutting a deal and snitching on a lot of people. Because I don't think he want to spend the rest of his life in jail. He's 54 years old. He has lived a certain lifestyle. He's used to luxury. He don't want to spend his last days away from his children in a cell. Yeah, some people going down.